So, good afternoon, everybody. It is our weekly update number 87, and we have, as always, visa and residency news. Tell you what's going on in our world. I want to talk to you today, this evening, this afternoon, about timelines because I must have had three identical conversations this afternoon, which all worked out to be the same. When it comes to the timeline relating to getting the non visa and moving to Spain. We're also going to talk about, we're going to show you our YouTube. Got loads of stuff coming out in Spain. And we're also going to talk, we're actually not doing James Days today because James, she's on holiday. She's back next week, so we'll have a James Days. We're going to skip the food part as well because I want to do an extended chat with you guys about the entry and exit system which is happening. And I'm going to be asking for your help as well. How can we all help each other with the new entry exit system which is coming in just 4 days time? So it's going to be a hopefully keep it to an hour today, but it's going to be a good one. Weekly update number 87. Oh, I had a video on there of me. I was trying to get the comments off. So, and we've also got the winners of the lobster t-shirt. We're going to be putting out the Upsticks hat. So first of all, we're going to have a bit of coffee because we just stopped for the day. Real coffee today, a long one. And let's just go to our chat and see how everybody is. Oh, hang on a minute. The mic's a bit in and out. Can you hear me now? How about that? Let me just check we're on the right mic. Yep. Just sounds a bit dodgy. Anybody? Can you hear me now? Is that all right, guys? Let me know. So Donald's saying the audio is not too good. Is it still a bit dodgy? 1 second there. We'll do the unplug and plug in. Oh, if it sounds better now, Alex will leave it. There we go. Here we go. Let me know, guys. So anyway, it should be okay now. But let me know if it goes a bit dodgy during the show. So who we got online then? So we've got here. First of all, Donald's on straight up with a question. Nice one, Donald. Not long till you come. Hello there. Can I pose a question linked to EES? And it's about the Carta de Invitación. I read they're tying up on this for non-EU people. What, if anything, what might that mean for us? Well, I've seen a lot of this. This all relates back to an article in the Euro Weekly News, which I think they sort of rehash this article every couple of years, and then sort of check it out to get a bit of viewing. It's a very sensationalist sort of paper, and there's some good stuff in it as well. I know some of the guys over there, but so the Carta de Invitación, we have never seen ever somebody coming from the UK has ever been requested a Carta de Invitación. I can tell you that now. Now, if any of you guys out there, the reason we do these lives is because we are locked in an office. And I was emailing back and forth to Stu and Joe about this, who are big watchers of the channel. And I said, the whole idea of these lives is that we can tell you, what we know. It helps people find us as well, but it also helps you tell us and tell everybody else that's in the community. So we've never had a Carta de Invitación requesting. I have plenty of people coming over, and I don't think you will do with the entry and exit system as well. The Carta de Invitación is more relates to countries which actually require a visa to come into Spain, even if you're a tourist. That's a lot of the time. That's when you'd see that. Although it should apply to all third country nationals, or most third country nationals. Most of the time, we've never seen one needed. But it came from, I did see a lot on social media. Again, it seems to pop its head up, the same article every 3 years or so. And I was going to say this later on, but I might as well say it now. When we're talking about the entry exit system, we have actually had some inside information from somebody who does the actual stamping in Malaga, right? They're not checking the days on the passports. They're not sitting there counting them. They're not. I shouldn't really tell you that, but they're not at the moment. They know entry X is coming in as well. So unless there is a red flag, they wouldn't be checking your days and your passports in Malaga. That is. You heard it here first. And here we go. Who are going to a new home? Do we make sure we have a copy of the rental agreement? You'll be fine. I mean, having that on you'll be great, but you never. You coming through with your passports, you'll be absolutely fine. And even more so, the EU member would never need anything like that anyway. Yeah, no, you don't need to worry. But Bert finally managed to catch it live. Hey, how you doing? Hope London is still processing quickly. Yes, actually, not too bad. 7 weeks is sort of the longest so far for London that we've had this year. Let's not talk about Manchester. Hi, Lauren. How you doing? Nicola, hi. We had an email today, didn't we? How you doing? Alan, good afternoon. Sunny Ramsgate here. Hey, how you doing? Well, it's actually a really nice, I'm really enjoying this weather at the moment. We haven't had any cold weather yet. I mean, it's gone to 15 maybe at night time, but still warm. The only reason I'm wearing my jeans now or long trousers to come to work is so I don't look ridiculous compared to everybody else, because everybody seems to have switched to their long trousers. But personally, I would still be in flip-flops and shorts. But I look silly if I turn up at school dropping the kids off in flip-flops and shorts, and all the other dads wearing duffel coats. Hey, Stephen, how you doing? Pauline in the house. We've got 19 people on. Mike is a bit in and out. Yeah, hopefully that's improved. Ooh, loads of comments down here. Mostly about dodgy. Yeah, is it still choppy? Is the sound choppy still? And here we go. Hey, Patrick's in. How you doing, Patrick? Good to see you. Just in case anybody's interested, we got our visas today, 38 days from London to Alicante. Thanks, Alan. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, that's what we like to see. That's what we want to get out here on the channel. That's better. All right. Oh, go down here. And Julie, how you doing? Hope all well. Had a good week, Julie and Graham. It's been a busy week with Jane not being here, and it is a busy time as well. It's been a hectic week, I have to say. It's just paper everywhere. No, Jack, it's all controlled madness. No, but there's what day are we going to actually be paperless? Because it'd be impossible for us to be paperless in this office. Craig's on. How you doing, Craig? Mario, how you doing? Sounds fine. Nice one. All good. Everybody's saying that it's good. Right. Okay, then. So let's crack on, shall we? With today's, first of all, tell you about the visas. So we have had one visa out, Manchester Alicante, 102 days. Ridiculous. 102 days. And we had another visa, which was a case which got mysteriously archived. Archive doesn't mean rejected. It means that they said that they asked you for something and you didn't hand that thing in. And then our client went back with an appeal against the archive in person to the consulate with extra proof of what they were requesting. And then they got out his file, and he actually had a stamp in his file from when he was there, when they requested documents, and he went in person, got it stamped and handed it over. So that's another big shout for, especially with Manchester, because you do have the opportunity to go in person, which I know is really difficult if you live in Wales or somewhere that covers that area. Because if he hadn't got in person, we may not have had a fight, because then he wouldn't have had the stamp there in front of him, but or being able to say, I was actually physically here, look. And then so he handed over more documentation again, and then pointed out that, look, you've archived this, but there's actually a stamp there saying I was here. And 2 days later, he got a phone call, which is unheard of from Manchester. You never get phone calls saying you come and pick up your visa. And it took about 3 minutes. So there you go. But that visa will be running up at around 110 days now, I think, with the problem of the archiving, I'm afraid. Out and about, we have had Lots of appointments on the ground, actually. NIE appointments here in Malaga. Now, NIE appointments here in Malaga and the EU appointments, not so they're very simple, but they make it a lot easier than other provinces. And for NIEs, for example, they let us use our office address for people, which helps people. If you're looking at getting an NIE number and you haven't got an address, then we could do one here in Malaga for you. Where other provinces insist on proof of the address that you're using to register the NIE. But we did have one today, which was one of our clients' card expired today, and they were withdrawal agreement applicant, and they expired today, and they said, no, we can't do it. You're going to come back tomorrow. You have to be a day over the expiry to be able to get your permanent card, because they have to cancel the old card to be able to give you a new one. If they cancel the card, which is a temporary residency card, in theory, you'll still only get a temporary residency duplicate, but if it's on the same date, it won't allow you to do it. So if you are a withdrawal agreement beneficiary, make sure your card has expired before you go to your appointment. And on that note, I've got something to show you here, guys. If I actually had my folder open, be a good idea, wouldn't it? So, oh, Kev's in. How you doing, Kev? Patricia, settling into Spanish life. Next step. Hey, I don't know why it doesn't show us the emojis. Great to see you guys. How's things? Got to take SWMBO to the airport. We'll take it. Will it like and catch up? Will it the like and catch up later? What's SWMBO stand for? Am I just being stupid? Probably am. Sounds okay here. Great. Andy. We're here in Spain now. What happens with the new entry-exit system when we go back and we use the old system to get in? Well, this is a good question. We're going to talk about this afterwards. But the question is, nobody knows. I've got people saying, so we've got some information coming up about this, Andy. So I think when you leave, okay, because you've got stamped on the way in, when you go out, and it's the digital verification is the equivalent to the stamp, so it won't be a problem. That's how we understand it. Andy, my missus is doing it the other way around, off to UK now and coming back on the 13th. Okay, right. So this is what I want. I want to sort of you guys to help us out. So if you've got any sort of information about your travels, stick it on the comments on this video, okay, about what the experience was of traveling. The only way we're going to know is when people start traveling through the entry-exit system and start sharing their experiences. So please do that, or you can do it, email me at youtube@upsticks.es and I'll get it out on the channel to help other people. Okay, guys, but I have got some stuff coming up with that in a minute. But let me just show you this. So first of all, oh, here we go. So, oh, hang on a minute. Did I even? I don't think I. No, I didn't. Well, I was going to show you two photos of lovely clients of ours, but I can't because I didn't GDPR the residency card. So they're going to have to wait till next week. I didn't block out the personal details. But here we go. Upsticks Drive, Lara there with a lovely Lancia. The only thing is she didn't put the name of the client on there, so I have no clue who that is. I'm really sorry because I don't do the cars. But that was a car that we registered over here in Marbella. Very nice Lancia, actually. It looks like a different car from the back. And there was just one comment that I wanted to say. I brought this into the residency section, though it was on YouTube, and I wanted to bring it here. So here we go. Let me just bring this here just to answer this for you. Okay, so this was on my short EX17 versus EX23. It's more of a residency question, hence why I've done it now. All this led to some anxiety and confusion after reading and watching YouTube videos. I went with both, but can categorically say you just need the EX17, renew your TI, to renew your TI 10-year permanent one. I've just come back from the police station and my resguardo says emitido bajo artículo 18,4 y artículo TUE 50. That is the confirmation. The reason is your Brexit rights are already on the national system after the last time you received your TIE. So don't worry, go with the EX17. What is on the system that counts? Yes. Okay, then. So this keeps coming up. That's wrong. All right. But I understand your confusion because you're being told by an official, okay, that you needed to have an EX17. Right. So what's happening is a lot of officials didn't work through Brexit. They've just come, so they don't even know what an EX23 is. They haven't seen one before. All right. But it's not the EX17, it is the EX23. And at the top of an EX23, it actually says it's a specific form for withdrawal agreement applicants. All right. But if you go to a police station and you go with both, and the police said, oh no, we need the EX17s, that's one we're used to seeing, which is basically just to get a TIE card, then you believe what they say, and it is true. Just if you did use an EX17, what this person here is saying is absolutely true. It's what's on the system that counts. It's the application form then gets stored away. It's not going to affect your right, I don't think, but it's what's on the system that counts, and that's absolutely fine when you come to get your permanent residency. But it should be an EX23. Now, for those of you who want to read why it should be an EX23, you can just go to the link below and look at this page here from the BOE, which is the law which applies to the withdrawal agreement, and it actually says it there. Okay, so it says it. Oh, wait a minute. I wonder if I can bring that up. Oh no, I can't show you any bigger. There we go. How do I expand it even more? Anyway, on section at the bottom, on section 4, on this page, the 4th page of the PDF, which is the link is below, it says it has to be an EX23. So if you're going for your appointment within the withdrawal agreement, take this page with you from the link below and just show them it, because the EX17 is wrong. But I completely understand why that comment came about, because if you're being told by an official it's right, you're going to believe them, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? We've got rubber in the house. Buenas tardes. What's the petrol like over there? We'll talk about petrol now because we've done a few petrol shots between ourselves, haven't we? Oh, she who must be obeyed. I'm going to use that one. SWMBO. Definitely using that one. Okay, then. So that was our residency section. What else have we got to talk about during our residency? Oh, yeah. Let's have a quick look at the calendar, shall we? So the calendar, what else do we have going on this week? Oh, Tom of the Wayers. We had this relates back to the entry exit system. We got a autorización de regreso for a withdrawal agreement applicant who was renewing from temporary to permanent, and it said it couldn't be done. They don't do it for withdrawal agreement applicants. They do here in Malaga. They will do it. So if you are traveling with the entry and exit system coming in and you're waiting for your card, then you should get one. And let's get on to what's our next section now then. Should we go on to YouTube? Okay then, so YouTube, we've got some comments that have come through, and you have to excuse me, I've still got a little bit of a sore throat, so you can't hear me very well. That's why. Here we go. Sticking to the theme, check out Skatz's video, which will be coming out, I think he said on Friday. New EU border rules are starting now. Skatz does an awful lot more research than I do for his videos, so I sort of depend on you lot to do the research for the entry exit system as you're going through it. But no, jokes aside, check that out. That'll be a brilliant video to watch as well. And just if you are watching and you haven't subscribed, please remember to subscribe. Only 51.9% of the people who watch the channel are actually subscribed. And I know it's easy. I know you can forget to subscribe. I do when I'm watching videos which are useful. I'm like, oh yeah, I've got what I want out of that video now. I'm going to leave it, and I never subscribe. And also, sometimes you'll flick to the next video, and it's hard to get back to the one you're watching, isn't it? So look at your history. You know, if you want to help channels, and make sure that you subscribe to the channel, ours and any other one that brings information and light to your life. Okay then, so this is one of my most popular videos. This is the airport drop off and pick up. It's a fantastic video. I used to pick up and drop off family over the weekend. Saved a whole lot of stress and anxiety. Thank you. And we got another comment another day ago. Very helpful. You show how to get out of the drop off, but not clear how to get out of the pick up car park. Does the exit go to the old 340 roundabout? I need to get back on the road to the east, Nurka direction. Very good point. Very good point. I'm going to do a set because that is what you're saying there. It is actually very tough because when you leave, you suddenly go up to a roundabout and you can either go back to the airport, you can go back down to where the entrance to the airport is off to the old 340, or you can go straight over the road to the motorway, which then has the most dreadful split in the road, which will send you the wrong way unless you're really, really careful at reading the signs, which are actually behind the split in the road. Why they do that, I don't know. So I will do a video and that's taken note of that for you guys. Here we go. So I have a friend over Shrody, you're in we're going to do the hat thing in a minute. I have a friend coming over on the 12th of October, flying to Mercia from Gatwick on the first day of the operation. I don't know whether to delay my collection time by 2 hours or take a large flask of coffee with me. I'd say lobster, but the shirt is too large for me. I've got you in a hat anyway. I would say it won't be happening in Mercia on the 12th. They're rolling it out in Madrid, so I very much doubt it's going to happen in Mercia, but let's see. I haven't seen any noticias or news, as they say, that it's going to happen in Mercia, but yeah, let's check that out. Let me know their experiences. Excellent advice. Who's came to you to help with my residency application back in 2020. Now just booked my appointment to renew it for November. Your video has helped clear up a lot of doubts and confusion. Thank you. That's cool. Thanks, Man City Scott, for coming to us in 2020. And Paul's on. Chris, what's the name of the petrol price app you mentioned? And also, if you have a Spanish bank account, do you need to get it stamped when you need to provide proof of funds for residency? Irish passport. Petrol price app was, I'll dig that out if you put it in the link below. And the yes, I would say that it's always a good idea to get your bank account statements stamped, even if you're going for an EU residency appointment. Get the ones which are printed by the bank and stamped by the bank. Then it's belts and braces, isn't it? Definitely. Oh, that's the one that led to anxiety. And here we go. Great explanation, Chris, about the rejection. I have every faith in you. You'll get the situation resolved for G&J. Simon, let's hope so. We've got in with a strong appeal, so let's hope that the appeal happens and we can get that over the line for you guys next these coming months. Right, and so what we're going to do now we're going to go over our news item. Okay, and so for our news item, what I wanted to do was just talk about the entry exit and just find out what plans you guys have to travel, what you've seen out there, and have a bit of discussion with you about that. And I was hopefully can get Scats on at some point as well to have a chat to me about this. But I had here, but I've accidentally closed my folder, so you have to bear with me. Some information. Now I've been looking around and I think that it's not going to happen straight away in every airport. They're rolling it out in Barajas in Madrid, but I don't think you're going to find out that on the 13th it's going to be in Malaga. It might be. The machines are there. But first of all, I'm going to ask for you guys to share your experiences as you are coming in and out and letting us know what happens. So I've got a couple of things here that I've been looking at on the internet. One of them is from CAB, so Citizens Advice in Spain. Let's see what they're saying. So CAB is saying that they had a couple of posts so far. So with the new entry exit system starting soon, many are asking how it will actually work and what happens if you're traveling with an expired CIE card. Will there be delays, different rules at different airports, which channel to use? Now the question is, I get asked this a lot, what is going to happen? The answer is we don't know until it actually starts to happen. They go on to say the truth, nobody knows yet. We've seen before border procedures can vary across Spain. As I said before, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. I only know once it begins. So rather than guessing, let's wait until the 12th. I'll be traveling myself. I think this is from what's her name, Myra thingy from Citizens Advice, and I'll share my experiences here, including how things go with the EES airports and residency status. Well, if you're traveling on the 12th and you're not going through Barajas, I don't think you're going to see an awful lot. Maybe members would like to share their experiences in traveling either with valid TIE or expired, and just on how procedures are being implemented or if being implemented or not at particular entry exit points. So yeah, that's what I'm asking you to do here for us, if you wouldn't mind, guys. And the last post that they did went on to say, traveling with an expired TIE. Hopefully members in a similar situation pending will note this post. Okay, if your TIE, I'm going to comment about this because I've got a couple of comments regarding these points. If your TIE card expires, two things apply. You're likely to be subject to EES checks when leaving or re-entering Spain, because without a valid TIE, you're no longer recognized as a Spanish resident under the Schengen system. Okay, so yeah, what they mean is that if you are a Spanish resident, then what we're assuming is when you go through the EES system, show your TIE card, then obviously you'll be considered a resident and that you won't be clocking at Schengen days in and out of the country because you're allowed in and out. How are they going to control this for people who are non-lucrative visas and doing renewals and stuff? We're yet to see. At the moment, it's controlled with passport stamps. And the lack of passport stamps, you can actually use proof of travel, which we've had that requested before for renewals. So let's see. Number two, you cannot request a permission to return certificate authorización de regreso unless your renewal application has been accepted and is being processed. That's not quite worded that well. So say, let's give two scenarios here. Two scenarios are, if you are in the process of getting a renewal for your non-lucrative visa and it's been submitted on the Mercurio platform and you have proof of that submission and your TIE card has expired, then that is sufficient for you to get an autorización de regreso. It doesn't have to have been accepted. Okay, we've done that many a time. If it's been accepted and you haven't been to your TIE card appointment, then again, you can get an autorización regreso. But in terms of the non-lucrative visas renewals, and I know as this encompasses so many other visas as well, I can categorically tell you that we've got them 3 or 4 days after applications have gone in and they haven't been accepted. If you are a withdrawal agreement beneficiary, okay, and you are going to travel and you have handed in your card to get a new one, been handed your old card back, okay, and you got your resguardo, then here in Malaga with the resguardo, which proves that you have been granted the permanent status and your old card, they will give you an autorización de regreso. But it seems that it's only Malaga City and we haven't been told no yet, but it will be very much down to the person behind the desk, but you can get them here. Other provinces, I've heard they've just said no. Only having an appointment to renew is not sufficient. Yeah, that's correct. Until your renewal is accepted, travel outside Schengen, including the UK, may result in EES registration. But what if your renewal is in process and you've got an authorization to return? Doesn't mean it's been accepted. They go on to say those who present an expired TIE under the withdrawal agreement or any other scheme are likely to receive a passport stamp only rather than being recognized as residents. Whatever answers I may provide, we can say that the proof's in the pudding until EES comes. Yeah, blah blah. Okay, then, so yeah, it is going to be the proof is going to be in the pudding, isn't it, when it actually happens? But I think if you are in a period of renewing and you can't get an authorization to return, it might be worth waiting a little bit until you travel, if you can, because on an expired card while waiting for a new one, it could register you falsely as overstayer. Basically, that's if your residency hasn't been accepted. Now, this was a nice diagram that I saw, which was the link is below to it. And then I went on to actually chat GBT. I've got loads of notes here on it. Did you know here, right, that there are 4 different devices going to be used? There's an Idemia travel kiosk, the Tails ABC e-gates, Secuna Easy kiosk, and the Vision Box EES. Okay, so it depends on all these contracts that people have got. You know, it'd be incredible, wouldn't it? There's going to be 4 different types of systems you're going to be seeing actually as you go through the airports. It says here that the trials, the Spain and EU contest, Spain Bulgaria 6-month EES trial in 2020, 29,020 transactions, testing kiosks, mobile tablets for car lanes, biometric corridors were set up was as a stress test, and it basically worked really well. And IANA have also done a lot of biometric boarding tests, but not actually EES itself. So this is going to be, what are we going to see? Are we going to see absolute chaos happening? And go to the comments here regarding petrol prices in Spain. Just go on the Google Maps, type in fuel, gas. It shows petrol stations. Does it? Let's do this. Google Maps. Let's do it. Google Maps is so cool. Google Screen Share is good. I did it. I booked an appointment with someone. So I'm on Google Maps. I'm able to share the screen. Nice one, Alan. Tell me if I get it wrong now, won't you? Right. Let's just share the screen. Here we go. So if we go to, what do you say? Regarding petrol prices, go on Google Maps, type fuel. Fuel. Oh, it does. But does it give you the prices? Can't see the prices on there. Shows you the local. Shows you the I'll probably have to dig deeper. Oh, here we go. Diesel fuel. No reviews. Has it got? Can't see the prices on there. But let me know if I'm doing it wrong. Maybe it depends on the different ones that you're at. Stations and prices. There we go. Anyway, guys, check that out for yourselves. Cheers, Alan. Let me know if I'm doing it wrong. I'll keep that up. So I'll keep it over here so you can tell me. If you're still on the chat, let me know if I'm doing it wrong. Maybe we don't know, but will a non-EU person have to go through a different channel than a EU passport holder? Because she needs to be there with the EU passport. Now, yes, I believe so. Because obviously, in your case, you do need a stamp in or proof of traveling. You know, you won't get a stamp with if it's EES. To proof of entry into Spain. So the only reason I think you would have to travel with an EU spouse would be if you were out of your Schengen days and you had the right to travel with your spouse. If not, it wouldn't matter, would it? Yeah, the likelihood is you'll have to go in a different line. It very much depends on the airport, I think. So you have the right to travel with your EU spouse. You're a third country national. If that EU spouse has the right to go through the EU gate, why wouldn't the spouse? But I'll tell you what, the best thing to do, Donald, try it. See if you get kicked out the queue. There you go. So yeah, I think you'd have to go through separate ones, but try it and let us know. Share the information with us, guys. That's what it's all about. As soon as you know, Chris, Sandra had a regressive, as you know, Chris, yes, Sandra had a regressive certificate. It's back. I did know that, actually. Yeah, I think we organised it, didn't we? That seems a lot of operations ago, though, Robbo. That was a long time ago. When was that? When did we do that? That was, I can't remember when we put that in now. Was that last month? As you know, Sandra had a regressive certificate to travel back to look after our grandson for a week. She didn't need it. Went straight through customs, but better to have than not. Yeah, so this is, again, talking about EES, the regresso certificate. We know they're not checking at the moment on the borders with the stamps. They're just not checking. You come in with a passport, they stamp your passport, they're not checking the dates. Here in Malaga, definitely not. I assume in Alicante, because the pure quantity of people who are going through the gates. Okay, anybody we've done a regresso certificate for has not been asked for it, but then people ask us, do we need to get one? And we're like, well, yes, you do, but we know that you won't have a problem if you don't. So, you know, when we spoke to the police about it, they were like, yes, you do. And the police at the border are like, we'd never, people are waving these things at us and we don't care. Stamp your passport, off you go. It seems that the only time anybody's ever had a problem is when they've voluntarily given their expired TIE card with a passport and they've gone, oh, hang on a minute. Oh, no, I've got a regresso as well. But if you just hand over your passport, there generally never is a problem. There's a really good Spanish YouTube channel called Para Inmigrantes, and they do immigration across the board, generally for Spanish speakers. And he's got a great video on there. And he basically says it's not needed unless you come from a country where a visa is required to enter Spain, even on a tourist basis. So it's very much of a matter of opinion. But yeah, now what we don't know is with EES coming in, when you get to that border, if you have the expired card and it's been renewed, okay, and you're and Robbo, Sandra was definitely a case that because the renewal hasn't been approved yet, it's still in process, but we got her aggressor, contrary to what was said on the Citizens Advice Bureau page, which you can't always believe. And we got one for Sandra, so there you go. But when you come back through the EES gate system and you have your expired card on you and you're not recognized as a resident because your card is expired and you've got that authorization de regreso, how are they going to deal with that if it's all digital? What are you going to do? You're going to have to press for a robot to come and wave it at the robot and go, oh, we've got this naff, let's be honest, piece of paper which looks like an official certificate. You know, that's not going to get scanned, is it? Or maybe it is. Or maybe that autorización de return is already registered against your residency when they do it, okay, so they know that you ordered the authorización de return, de regreso, Spanglish for you there. Who knows? This is what we need to know. What I can tell you is autorización de regreso in Andalucía is issued by the comisarias, the people who give you your TIE cards, the EU residency, your NIEs, it's issued by them. In Alicante, it's issued by them, but not authorized by them. You have to go, okay, in Alicante, as you would well know, Robert, request it, go off for a bit, come back and get it, and it comes back as authorized from the subdelegación of the government. So they have definitely registered that against your file, whereas here, we don't know in Andalusia. It's all a big question. Try typing fuel prices into Google Maps. Okay, Clive, let's do that. Good to see you on as well, Clive. How you doing? Waiting patiently there for your renewal as well. Here we go. Fuel. Hang on, let's get the. Where are we? Stop screen sharing. Oh, have I? Start. You think I'd be used to this now, wouldn't you? Fuel prices. Right, fuel prices. No, still not showing me. We will get this to the end. Come on, guys. Someone Google away. Oh, what's at the bottom here? Oh, no. Plenergy. We've seen the rise in Plenergy stations everywhere, those self-service ones. When they first came out, I was like, oh, that's terrible. That's taking work away from people. Why would they do that? I love old Spain where you rock up and someone chats to you and puts it in, and then that's the only one I go to now. It's terrible. Make an effort because they're so cheap as well. Dear. Motorhome RS. Go to search along route and then pick up fuel. Won't give you fuel prices, but it'll search along your route. Okay, that's good. Let's do that. And hola, Chris. How you doing, guys? Good to see you on. Here we are. And Be warned, anyone going to Alicante to collect a regressive certificate, the woman we had dealing with us was awful. Our translator had her before, and she's a monster. I think you were with Julie at that appointment, weren't you? With she's yeah, I got that report. I won't say what Julie called her. I don't think I'm allowed to say that on YouTube, but I'll sometimes. And if you speak to anybody in this industry that we work in doing residencies, visas, and that, we're really lucky because we have. Well, I have a really good relationship with other people. It's not. There's plenty of work for everybody. So there's no, should we say, competition. We're not taking clients off of each other, and all of us have different peculiarities and different specialities. So, for example, I was talking to a client today. We're going to do the NLV where Rochelle, who's doing the DMV for a partner. Rochelle already does NLVs, but we decided, they decided that they're going to come with me, hopefully, for that. And so a lot of time we refer each other, and sometimes though we just rant, so it's just like, because behind the scenes it can be so frustrating. You just want to have a rant at somebody who understands what you're talking about. When they work, it's supposed to be the same in any industry. You just rant. My rant today was, we got a letter from the government requesting a Modelo 790 for a renewal, because they said that we hadn't attached it to the application. We'd only attached the receipt, but it was the second page on the PDF, because the system only allows you to upload one document to prove the 790 has been paid. So not only do we have to create the PDF to upload it for the renewal, because it only gives you one space, they then came back and gave us a requirement letter and 10 official days to present the actual model itself. So I actually presented a letter when I'm not doing it. Please scroll down to page 2. That's the letter I put in there. Please scroll down to page 2. Those kind of frustrating things is what we shout about on our WhatsApp groups, and monsters at appointments. Oh, there we go. Clive said, I typed in full prices, got a list of fuel stations near me with the prices. But did you just type it not into Google Maps, just into Google? Let's try that then. See, we're going off on a tangent now. No, I'm not getting, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Never mind. Hello, Chris. Dylan Ginny here. We have just got home from our BLS appointment. On London arrived. We arrived 50 minutes early. We're seen on time. Nice one, guys. Well done. That's all good. I hope that went well. And yeah, fingers crossed for a speedy visa. What was it like there? Was it hectic? Was it they're like immigration centers, really, aren't they? I get people looking at, because people are just all sorts of visas. People sat down, you want to hand in your paperwork. But I have people looking at to a dole office, a post office. It's not what you expect when you're going to BLS, is it? So yeah. Anyway, I completely lost the trail of where I am. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was just looking through my homework on EES, because I've got 5 pages of homework which I was supposed to read last night before talking to you guys, but I didn't. Did you know that it was proposed in 2016? So it's 9 years ago. This was firstly, and it was intended to come in 2020. Obviously, then COVID happened. It was revised in 2022. Then 2023, plans shifted to May 2023, then to 2024. The council then enlarged the place, which means the time that it was going to take to implement 2024, then November 2024, and then the progressive start was in 2025, when the final laws were just passed, according to this, with a launch date fixed at the 12th of October 2025. So this has been going on for 9 years. Madrid Barajas is going to be the first airport, and manual stamping will continue across all airports alongside EES during the 6-month ramp up. That comes from the Moncloa, the government website. So I'm assuming that you may have manual and EES working together. Okay, so if it gets a bit overrun or something breaks down, boom, you'll go back through manual. So according to the government website, EES and the stamping is going to happen. I mean, how are they going to control that? So it's going to be live facial photo, fingerprints. Blimey. And then, here we go. 1 second. It was EES will automatically flag overstayers, yep. And this is the problem again that we're saying about, well, what if somebody has an expired card, doesn't have an authorization to return, will they be wrongly flagged as an overstayer while they're waiting for their approval? Or once their approval goes through, will they be flagged as an overstayer? The approval for the residency happens, and then that gets nulled. And if you're a withdrawal agreement beneficiary, what happens if you're waiting for your card to come through and you've only got your resguardo? We don't know. It says say though, ES will automatically flag overstays, no exit after authorized period. Being flagged can trigger return decisions, deportation, and entry bans. Enforced under the country's law in Spain, irregular stay is an infraction grave, infracción grave, under the Article 4/2000, punishable by fines commonly cited that range between 501 euros, okay, to 10,000 euros. So there you go. Let's have a look here. So 10,000 euros for overstaying. That reminds me, have you ever seen these where you go to the rubbish and it says like the fine for dumping is 601 euros? You ever seen that? That's because on the law it will say 0 to 600 is for this kind of infraction and 600 above is this kind of infraction. That's why it says 601, which is a bit weird. Right, Clive, I've got you here. Clive's going to show us how it works. Oh, there you go. So it does work. Why is mine not working then? That's crazy. So it's not working on the computer. Let's see if it works on the mobile. Maybe it just works on a mobile device. Let's have a look at that then, shall we? Right. New discoveries here, guys. Fuel prices. Oh, no, help if I went to maps, wouldn't it? There we go. We're going to check it out live on the mobile. Fuel prices. It's exactly the same as what you've done. I can see there. Ah, here we go then. Right. It doesn't work on the PC, but it does work on your mobile. Cheers, Clive, for sending the screenshot. So if you just type fuel prices into the mobile app, it comes up straight away. So I've got Plenty next to me is 140 for the 95. Las Americas petrol station 140. Shell 144. Estación de Cepsa hasn't got a price. Shell 146. BP 156. The BP card in down the road 156. Plain oil Torremolinos 143. Wow, I didn't realize they changed so much. Petro Pix in Arroyo de Miel 135. This is really cool. Thank you for that, Clive. Okay, so it doesn't work on desktop, but it does work on your mobile. At least we got to the end of that. So this is interactive lives. So anyway, we're going to wrap up then with the EES, I think. Of course, it was more like a posh post office. It all went fine with no pops. Many thanks, guys, for your help. Regards to Ginny. I'm glad. Yeah, posh post office. That's what we're going to BLS posh post office. And Neil Bacon, Chris, try Google Maps on your phone. Ah, there you go. Well done. Yeah, you'd already said it, Neil. You already said it. Sorry. There we go. That was I was getting my messages confused. Thanks for your help with the 4 weeks in waiting for the NRV. Yep, 4 weeks in, but don't worry, guys, it'll come out soon, I'm pretty sure. So what's our next section that we're going to show you? Because we've only got 10 minutes. Well, we can go on for a little bit longer if you want, but we're going to go to our out and about. So out and about in Spain, what have we got for you? And this is great. We're live. Actually, as we speak, we've got appointments now going on at this is a live situation. Having these now on a Wednesday afternoon seems to, for some reason, bringing it forward one day. Wednesday seems to be a busier day. So as we speak today, we have Victoria is over in Cartagena with an appointment at 5 to 5, and basically we have the WhatsApp groups. We only use WhatsApp really internally. We don't use it for clients because we have a central system which encompasses everything that comes through email, which means if we do miss one, it doesn't get lost, and which really helps at the moment when people are off, for example. But for internally, we use WhatsApps, to let quick messages, what's going on. And I can see that they're going off now. So, and we've got an appointment also for, it's Stu. Of course it is. It's Stu who's not on the live at the moment because he's going to an appointment right now as we speak. I've got the, hang on a minute. Which was a successful appointment because we've got our resguardo copy there. So there we go. Well done. I'm going to say to Julie now that I can't answer your message because I'm live. Is it urgent? I'm live on YouTube. Excuse me a minute. Can't listen. There we go. Okay, so what we got going on out and about in Spain? Well, you guys have saved me today because I didn't have anything prepared. It's been one of those weeks, but I've had stuff sent in. So thank you very much. First of all, Scats. If you want to see our Scats live on Saturday, 11th of October from 8 to 11 p.m., then you can see him at the Sid Arthur, excuse me, in Competa. So go and see Scatsman. Also, actually, let me just, I've got you here talking about Scats. You can see him on the Gold Coast FM. So let me just show you this. And he is on every Friday, I think, on Coast FM. Just check it out. Go to Coast FM. I'll put the link below and check out Scats. He's all over the place at the moment. And just remember, he's recovering from cancer and he's still got a stoma bag and he's there dancing away and he's on the radio, then he's on YouTube, then he's doing some really cool shorts now, just out and about. And yeah, well done, mate. I really, really, you've done amazing since your cancer recovery. Really, really doing well. And so go and check him out. Now, Neil and Sue have been over to Sevilla. Get Me to Spain is a YouTube channel. Our clients, Neil and Sue, and they've got a few things from Sevilla. Look at that beautiful flamenco dancing in Sevilla. Granada or Sevilla has got to be the place to go and see flamenco dancing. Though I won't be joining you because I can't stand it. I know I shouldn't say that, should I? But I've never been able to stand flamenco. Now, what's the name of that bridge? Let me know. I've been to it and I can't remember now. And that's the Plaza de España that which we featured last week, which has the most beautiful Foreign Office right there, just behind them, close to the right-hand tower. It's actually where you go and get your TIE card. It's incredible. Would you believe it? And it's in the Plaza de España. You've got all these little, they call them bancos, so little chairs, and that's the Alicante chair. Check that out. I've got a couple of photos next to the Malaga one there. And that's, what is that there? That thing. Can't remember now. And beautiful Sevilla. Any of you guys been out and about in Sevilla lately? I think that's the cathedral, if I'm not wrong, there in Sevilla. And if you want to check out their channel, just go to Get Me to Spain, and it was 15 euros worth it. Sevilla Cathedral and the Giralda Tower. I think that's the Giralda Tower in the back on the right and the cathedral on the left, if I'm not mistaken. So go and check out their channel. And I'd love to do more out and about. I would thought I was going to do more with my new camera, and I haven't done any yet. But never mind. Right, G&T, Tony and Gareth, they were sponsoring they did a sponsors dog walk, and we just want to take our hat off to them. And oh, that reminds me, talking about hats, I've still got to call out our prize winner. Stay on. If you're here, stay on to the end, and we're going to pick it out. And they got a lovely letter, basically, from the Agrupron. And dear Gareth and Tony, the letter acknowledges the donation of 1,400 euros raised for your recent sponsored walk. We are really proud to hear you walked 126 kilometers on the Santiago de Compostela way in Spain and completed the walk in 7 days, even though you suffered from various adversities. Well done, guys. So proud of you for earning that kind of money on the and there they are in Santiago de Compostela. And yeah, it's very, 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 very proud of you for doing that. And on that, I've actually got some news myself, which I'm trying now to find what I did with the image. So bear with us, because I thought I'd uploaded it, and I obviously haven't uploaded it. Where are we now? And bit of family news, to be honest with you, but it is related to this topic. Now, in the Goodacre and Upsticks household, I'm very fortunate. My family live and breathe Upsticks like I do, and my kids are very, very heavily invested in everything we do. They love it. They're always asking, "Oh, how did it go? You know, today?" And they always come in. I'm not too sure they really want to know, or whether they just care about me, but they do. But we talking about dogs. We do support dogs on the channel. We've got the animals have such a hard time still in any part of the world, but you know, here sometimes it's got a lot better than what it used to get, with dogs just being used for security, tied up, and they're just for barking machines to scare people off. But the places who look after dogs and stuff just suffer so much. And for a while now, we're not dog people in our household. I've never had dogs as a kid growing up. My wife never had dogs as a kid growing up. We've never had dogs in 20 years that we've lived here in Spain. We had our cat Player, who died last year, sadly, after 20 years. So this year, who died after 20 years. She was our family pet, and we all cried for about 3 days after she died. In fact, I even shed a tear now. But we have some new additions to our family. So we don't do things by halves. So these are 2 rescue dogs. They're with my daughter there, Isla. We think they're a cross between a Belgian shepherd, not a German shepherd, and one of them and a mastiff. Basically, they're going to be huge. So that's our new addition to our family, basically. So there you go. It's I was a bit dubious at first, but I am coming around, I have to say, and they were absolutely amazing. They really are. So yeah, Coco and Blossom. Coco is the boy, and Blossom is the girl. And Lara went all the way up to the Alpujarras to get them, and because they're a litter of around 10, I think. And you can see the boy is on the left and the girl's on the right, but she came back with 2 girls. And at the moment, we've got my mum staying with us for a few weeks. And when she picked up one of them, she went, "I thought you said you got 2 girls." And it's like, "We did, yeah." She was like, "Well, what's this underneath?" I was like, "Oh, okay." So yeah, it's not 2 girls, it's a girl and a boy. And I have to say, it's a bit scary at first, but I am coming round. Big softy, I'm coming round. So for all of you dog people out there, any hints and tips for dogs which are probably going to be bigger than me when they grow up, please let me know. And here we go. Mike doesn't. But you're in France, yeah. And hi, Chris. Late joining today, but we'll catch up afterwards. Hi, guys. How you doing? Looking forward to your Spain adventure. Hey, looking forward to seeing you at some point. The Setas de Sevilla. Setas de Sevilla, yeah. That's what they're called. The Setas de Sevilla. Welcome to the doggy world. Yes, it's a new experience, I have to say. But they are very clever. Okay, now I'm going to tell you my first experience, which impressed me. Where I was like, okay, because they're puppies, they're babies. You have to understand, puppies are like babies, aren't they? But today, they're sleeping well at night. So I'm having a little cage in the big. They don't roam around the house or anything. They're in a cage, not in a cage. It's like a barrier cage. They've got loads of room. And this morning, let me tell you what happened. I get generally, because we've been quite busy days, I got up about 5:30 and went and put the coffee pot on, because we've got one of those mocha machines, and then come out and sit where we have our computer, where sometimes just try and knock off a few emails, answer a few things to get some admin done before the day starts. And I sat there and they're all quiet, and then suddenly they piped up. And Blossom was going, whinging and pointing her head like that, like yapping at me. I'm going, Shibley's asleep. Be quiet. You know, he's going to be up for a couple of hours, and pointing her head. And then I just realized she was telling me that the coffee was done and there was steam coming out. So as soon as I walked in, took the coffee off, got myself a coffee, just sat there. So very, very clever. Very, very clever. I was very impressed with that. Right, and guys, what else have we got for you? I think that's us for today. Here are a couple of Compostela from Gareth and Tony there. Look at that, from their run, their walk. Beautiful. Yeah. Santiago de Compostela. Well, that's nice. Yeah, that's very and Costa's messaging me now. Do you remember Costa came on, did some videos with us? Our lawyer up there in Valencia, helps our clients in Valencia. Great guy, Costa. So passionate about his work. He's going to be having a family soon as well. And so I'll listen to that message in a bit. Okay, then, guys. Well, I've got to go now, pick up my daughter from gymnastics, and then get an early night, because tomorrow is another day. Thank you for jumping on. 23 people. That was excellent. Thanks for the chat. Now, we will be doing some more entry exit stuff. I don't think I've answered many questions, but definitely created some doubts. And I've also given you stuff to look out for when you're traveling. Please be careful if you're taking photos in the airport. It's not allowed. Lara will tell you that, because Lara, my wife, she nearly got us arrested in Menorca when we went, because she was doing a video, kill the kids, about 4 years ago, and the police came up and made her actually delete the photo on her phone and said, if you do that again, we will take you away. But she got away with it. And then when we went to Italy and we came off the plane, we were on the runway. 2 years later, she did exactly the same thing, and exactly the same thing happened. So please be careful if you're out there taking any photos. These entry exit systems, evidently we'd love to see them, but you might get yourself arrested. But you can just let us know about your travels. So do that in we haven't done the thing yet, have we? YouTube at upsticks.es. Tell us your experiences, and I will get it out here for the masses of people, probably not that many people, who watch this channel. Now I'm gonna, for the lobster, the very last thing for the I've dropped it for the very last thing for the lobster mobile polo shirt. I'm going to grab the first piece of paper on the floor, and that's going to be the winner, and that's going to get sent out to you. First person on the floor, pick it up, who commented on Simon. How you doing, Simon Hopkinson? There you go. Right, Simon, I know you're watching, or I know you were watching, so please, Simon, can you send me your address, and I will be sending this out to you with another goodie for you, Simon. YouTube at upsticks.es. Drop me your address, and thank you for commenting on the video. And the next prize, okay, for the comments on this video is going to be the new Upsticks white hats. Look at these. These are pretty cool. These are really good, top quality hats. Look, none of that Velcro stuff. Got all that. Look at this, top quality, made in China, but really good. This is our prize for next week. So for those of you who comment on the video, all right, If you comment on the video, I'll put it all in a hat. Try not to drop it, and I'll be giving one of these away next week. The only thing is we can't send these to the UK, I'm afraid. If you're from the UK, I will send you something else. But if you're in Spain and you're going to comment on the video, chance to win a hat. And Road to Home and say, don't forget to press the like button. Cheers, guys. Thanks very much. Always useful. I hope it is. Sometimes I get to the end and I think, what did I ramble on about for about an hour then? I can't remember, but never mind. We will see you all very soon.